Hello everyone, Namaskar, Raj Krishna this side, and let's solve this problem based on truth table. So we have some equation, or it is formally known as well-formed formula, WFF, well-formed formula, where you have used where we use the basic symbols like and, or, with PQR to make thing some adjustments are there with the help of PQR and these symbols. We have made alpha, and at the end we need to find the truth value of alpha, and we have to show that this is a tautology. Now in case of tautology, all the truth values should be true. If all the truth values are true, it is a tautology. So I made this table for you. Let's start filling this table because that is the main thing in this question. So let's start with PQR. Now because you have 3, so there will be total of 8 possibilities. So how to fill this table? This is interesting. First 4 for P will be T. So you will fill like this: T, 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 T. And the remaining 4 will be false. As far as Q is concerned, 2 at a time. So 2T and 2 false. Again 2T and 2 false. Now we have done 4T, 4 false, 2T, 2 false, 2T, 2 false, and now in case of R there will be alternate true false. Okay, so true false, true false, now Q implies R. In case of implies, if the first truth value is true and the second is false, then only we say it is false. Otherwise, in all the 3 remaining cases, it will be true. That means if true and true is there, it will give you true. If false and false is there, then also it will give true. When first is false, second is true, then also it will give true. Only case in which it will give false is when first is true and second is false. Okay, and because there are implications all around this problem, so we'll use that. Okay, so they are saying Q implies R, so focus on Q and focus on R. True and true, giving us true. First true and second false, so this will give us false. False true, first one is false, you can blindly tell that this will be true. First one is false, then true. True true, you will have to say true. True, but the second one is false, so it will be false. False, if first one is false, then you can blindly tell true. Now P implies Q implies R. Now we have, because we have already found the truth value of Q implies R and also P. So with these two, now we can move ahead and find the truth value of P implies Q implies R. So focus on P and focus on Q implies R. True, true, it will give us true. True and false, so it will be false because second one is false, after first one is true. So true, true, again true, 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 false. Look at the last four. All of them are starting with false. Then you can tell that the result will be true. Because when you are starting with false and it's a case of implication, you will get the truth value as true. Next one is P implies Q. P and Q. P implies Q. So P is here, Q is here. True and true. So giving us true. Again true and true giving us true. True and false. So it will be false. Again true, false. So it will be false. Again in the last four cases we are starting with false. So you can tell it will all be true. I am again highlighting that only one case. If first one is true, second one is false, this is the only case where you are getting false in case of implication. Now it will be P and R. So we have P, we have R. So true and true. So it will be true. True and false. So it will be false. True and true. It will be true. True and false. It will be false. And the last four again, because P is there at first. So in the last four truth values, you can see it is starting with false. So all the last four will be true. Now next we have to find P implies Q. Implies P implies R. It will not going to be difficult because we have separately find P implies Q and P implies R. The last two ones. So let's use our concept there also. So true and true. So it will be true. True and false. False. False is starting with false, so it will be true. And in the last four cases, as you can see, true, true, both the cases, so it will be true. And now finally alpha. So what is alpha? Alpha is this entire expression. Now what you will do? So for the sake of simplicity, what we can do is, because we have calculated this entire thing, which is in one bracket, I'm talking about this, and now we have to calculate P implies Q, P implies R. We have calculated this also, okay? So I have calculated it here, and I have calculated the other one here. And you have an implies sign again in the middle, okay? So they are saying that this one is, and this one, again you have to treat them as two and then find implies, okay? Focus on truth values only. T and T giving us T. False and false. Starting with false, you will get false. T and T, again T. Fourth one is T and T, again T. T and T. And the last four one, as you can see, are true on both sides, so you'll get true. So as you saw in this problem, this big looking problem can be broken into smaller components, and when we know smaller components, we separately solve this bracket corresponding to that blue color, and that yellow bracket we solve separately, and then we have to take implies of both. So rather than focusing on the expression, we focus on truth values because they are simple to look. Only thing you have to see is if first one is true, second one is false, only in that case it will be false. And now, have I done any mistake? Because what we have to prove, it is a tautology. Okay, so as I can see, the second one is false as in my truth value. Let's check it once again. False and false, so it should be true, isn't it? So let's make that correction. False and false, so it will be true. Rest all is true, as you can see. True and true giving us true, false and false giving us true, true and true giving us true, and all rest are true in both the cases. Okay, rather you can see that true is corresponding to true, and only in second case we have all false, otherwise true in both the cases, so that would have given us true. In implication, if both are same, then you can say it's true. Okay, and only in case first one is false, then also it's true, but the only case which remains is first one is true, second one is false, then you are getting false. So I took time for this simple question, but yes, it was the first question which I took from this discrete mathematics, and it also comes under theory of computation. So have a look at this problem. Thanks again for watching.